In this video, we're going to learn about ego versus awareness, or more like this, ego versus awareness. Ego is contracted, more tight. It's a separation between myself and the world. And it has a clear function. It's a self-construct of ideas and limiting beliefs, memories. It's who you think you are. It's who you've been taught to be from the world, from the culture, from your parents, from peers, from the school. But it's not actually who you are, but it is something we need to function in the world, to have a day-to-day life, to work, to have relationships. And it's something that we develop over the years. And then the journey is of spiritual awakening, of creating more joy, is actually disidentifying, starting to become more the awareness, and that there is an ego and we use it just like we have legs. We use legs to get around, but I don't think I am my legs. So we want to create this distinction that actually we're not the ego. And this is just a bunch of beliefs and ideas that can change. And then we have the awareness. Awareness is what is in the background, what is around and behind. The ego is contained within awareness. Awareness was always there. It was there when you were born. It was there when you were a toddler. It was there when you were a teenager, as an adult, and it will always be there. It's that sense you've had about yourself that is actually yourself. Awareness is more about oneness, connection, love, presence. You would have felt this maybe when you're looking at a sunset and your mind goes empty, the ego goes silent, and there's just this awareness of the beauty of this sunset. And then sometimes what happens is the ego comes in and it wants to own the sunset, have attachment of it, have some kind of involvement. And so it will say, "Oh, what a lovely sunset, hey," to somebody. And now you realize you're not actually in the experience as much anymore, and you're more in ego. The ego wants to own things, it craves things. It comes from a place of fear, of lack, of worry, of concern, of anxiety. Whereas awareness comes from just presence, openness, oneness, and connection. So we have the distinction. Ego, tight, fearful, ownership, separation. Awareness, which is always there, that's actually what you really are. It's more about love, connection, oneness, and just experience in the now. The ego is more in the past, sorrow, regret, sadness, or in the future, anxiety, fear, worry, concern. So what are you going to do with this today? Well, firstly, we have the distinction. And today I want you to do an exercise by a great teacher called Mooji. And it's called eye watching. You're going to watch the eyes. So when I say the eye, the ego is the eye. Me, I. I want you to sit somewhere in public, and watch people, listen to their conversations. Or when you're just talking to someone, listen to their conversation. Just be the awareness. And notice when they're talking from a place of I, from ego. I think this. I believe this. This is right. They shouldn't have done that. That's not fair. I don't think them and me. Notice when they're talking from the I. And I don't want you to then bring your ego in and judge them. Just be the awareness. Breathe, just listen, notice. They're coming from the I. And then notice if people are just very present and just coming from awareness. Maybe you just notice someone really listening and not giving any opinions, just being there. And then start to notice it in yourself. When you're speaking from ego, from I, maybe it's from fear, concern and worry about something that's going to happen, anxiety about all the things you have to do in the day, or maybe a sadness you're talking about. Notice when you're coming from I, from contraction, separation, worry. And then just take a big step back and just be the awareness. Just notice that that's not you. Just watching it, observing it. So that's your first exercise for today. See you in the next video.